You could feel it before it even happened. That tension. That boiling, gut-twisting, teeth-grinding rage that explodes when the numbers game is about to crush a man who refuses to stay down. And on the February 23rd, 2026 episode of WWE Raw, that rage nearly consumed everything. Because what we witnessed wasn't just another post-match beatdown. It wasn't just another faction trying to make a statement. It was a declaration of war. And just when it looked like Cody Rhodes was about to be erased from the picture entirely, the arena erupted. The tide shifted. And the entire landscape of WWE changed in a heartbeat. But before we break down the chaos,
let me ask you something.
If you were in that ring, surrounded, beaten, barely able to stand, would you keep fighting? Or would you finally stay down? Drop your answer in the comments right now. Because Cody Rhodes didn't stay down. And that's exactly why they tried to destroy him. The match had already taken everything out of him. You could see it in his eyes. The exhaustion. The bruises forming across his ribs. The way he leaned on the ropes just a second longer than usual. But Cody's story has always been about endurance. About surviving what others can't. About proving that destiny isn't handed to you, it's earned. And that's what made what happened next so infuriating. The Vision didn't come out for competition. They came out for execution. The lights shifted.
The tone changed.
And the moment their music hit, the crowd knew exactly what was about to unfold. A calculated ambush. 3 against 1. Because they don't want Cody at full strength. They don't want him on the road to the biggest stage of them all. They want him eliminated before he can even get there. Tell me this, do you think factions today rely too much on numbers? Or is that just smart strategy? Sound off below. Because the Vision proved one thing Monday night. They don't fight fair. They don't fight with honor. They fight to dismantle. Cody barely had time to react. A cheap shot from behind. A forearm to the back of the neck. A knee to the ribs. The referee shouting, but powerless. The crowd roaring in fury. And what makes it worse? Cody tried to fight back. He threw punches. He staggered one of them. He even ducked a lariat and connected with a desperate shot that sent one member stumbling through the ropes. For a split second,
hope.
But numbers always close in. They swarmed him.
Boots.
Fists. Elbows. Relentless. You could hear the thuds echo through the arena. And then came the setup. That chilling, coordinated pause. When factions stop attacking. Because they're about to make a statement. They dragged him to the center of the ring. Lifted him up. And that's when the anger reached a boiling point. Because this wasn't about winning anymore. This was about humiliation. About sending a message to the locker room. No one is safe. Let me ask you, if the Vision captures the top championship this year, will anyone be able to stop them? Yes or no? Because in that moment, it looked like nobody could stop them. Nobody was coming. No music. No interruption. Just 3 men circling their prey. And then, the roof nearly exploded off the building. The music hit. And the reaction? Nuclear. Because when the Usos stepped onto that stage, everything changed. And here's what makes this moment so powerful.
History.
Betrayal.
Bloodline.
Loyalty. The Usos have walked complicated paths. They've stood beside tyrants. They've torn down empires. They've fought family. But Monday night, they chose something different. They chose balance. They chose to stop chaos. And the sprint to the ring was pure electricity. No hesitation. No theatrics. Just urgency. Let me know in the comments, did you expect the Usos to come out? Or did that catch you completely off guard? Because I'll be honest, when that music hit, I felt the shift instantly. The Vision turned, stunned. And for the first time all night, they looked unsure. Jimmy slid in first. Super kick to the jaw. Down goes one. Jey followed right behind him. Another super kick. The crowd chanting so loud you could barely hear the commentary team. Cody rolled toward the corner, barely conscious, but watching. Watching as the chaos he endured was now being repaid. The Vision tried to regroup. Tried to use the numbers again. But momentum had flipped. And momentum in WWE is a dangerous weapon. One of the Vision charged. Samoan drop. The ring shook. Another went for a cheap blindside, but Jey saw it coming. Super kick. Again. And again. And again. Let me throw this at you. Who has the best super kick in wrestling today? Is it Jey, Jimmy, or someone else entirely? I want names in the comments. Because on February 23rd, those super kicks weren't just moves. They were statements. The crowd was unglued. Cody pulling himself up with the ropes. The Vision retreating, stunned, regrouping outside the ring. And the Usos standing tall. But here's where it gets interesting. They didn't help Cody up immediately. They didn't celebrate. They locked eyes with him. A long, heavy, meaningful stare. And you could feel the layers. Past rivalries. Hard-fought battles. Moments where they stood on opposite sides. Because, let's not forget, there was a time when the Usos were aligned with forces that made Cody's life a nightmare. So, this wasn't a random save. This was deliberate. Calculated. Symbolic. What do you think this means? Are the Usos officially siding with Cody? Or was this just about evening the odds for one night? Type alliance or temporary in the comments. Because that stare said everything. Cody finally stood. The crowd erupted again. He looked at the Usos. The Usos looked back. No handshake. No hug. Just mutual respect. Warriors acknowledging warriors. And then the Vision, furious, tried one more desperate charge from outside the ring. Big mistake. The Usos were ready. Stereo superkicks through the ropes. The crowd chanting their name. The Vision retreating up the ramp, seething. And you could see it on their faces. This isn't over. Not even close. But here's what makes this moment so explosive. Timing. We are on the road to the biggest event of the year. Every move right now matters. Every alliance shifts power. Every interruption changes championship trajectories. The Vision wanted Cody isolated. Instead, they might have just sparked a coalition. And if the Usos stand alongside Cody moving forward, that's not just backup. That's a war-ready unit. Imagine this scenario. The Vision versus Cody and the Usos in a six-man tag. Would that steal the show? Or would you rather see Cody face them one-on-one? Tell me your dream matchup. Because Monday night planted seeds. And those seeds are going to grow fast. Let's talk psychology for a second. Why did the Usos intervene? Was it respect for Cody? Was it resentment toward the Vision? Or was it about reclaiming their own legacy? Remember, the Usos thrive in moments of chaos. They understand faction warfare better than almost anyone. They know what it's like to control a division through unity. And maybe, just maybe, they saw too much of their past in the Vision's tactics. Maybe this was personal. And that's what makes this dangerous. Because when wrestling becomes personal, it becomes unforgettable. Cody grabbed a microphone. Still breathing heavy. Still bruised. And he didn't thank them. Not directly. Instead, he said something chilling. He said he doesn't need saving. He just needs a fair fight. The crowd roared. Because that's Cody. Prideful. Driven. Unbreakable. But here's a small question for you.